In this segment, we're going to show you how to work with filters. So just imagine that you have put a lot of cases into CaseWorks, time slips, or whatever, and you need to get back to a specific item. The best way to handle it is via filters. So let me show you how that works inside the case screen. We are currently looking at all cases that are active based off the filters I see up here. So I want to find another case to work on that might be several screens down, and I don't want to be hopping between screens, so I want to type in pieces of information that is going to get me to that specific case. Now I know I've got a case in here that's via the name State v. Smith. So once I've typed in my filter option here, then I must hit the refresh button to engage any filters that I have typed in on this system here. So this quickly came back and gave us State v. Smith. Now we can clear this out, and if you want to clear it out, don't just delete this, actually hit this clear button, and that will totally clear any filters you've established on this screen. So let's apply another filter. Maybe we can't remember how to spell State, and we know the individual's last name is Smith, so I can type in SM and then do a refresh off of that. Now the program then is going to show us all cases that have SM somewhere in the case name, and once again it has pulled up the State v. Smith. So I'm going to go ahead and clear that option out now and go back to our all cases that are active. Now I can also search by case number, portions of the case number. So let's take this case down here for Barney Rubble. I can actually take these three numbers here, put it on my clipboard, and type into the case number, and then hit the refresh to engage the filters that are up here, and it's going to come back with our results, and there it is that Barney Rubble case. Now if I want to clear it out, then as before, hit that clear button to totally wipe things out on the filter side. Now we can also search by client. So if you want to see all cases by a specific client, I see on the right hand side we got a guy by the name of Stickwell. So I'm going to type in Stick and hit the refresh button. Now the program is going to come back and show us all cases that have the name Stickwell in it for the client and that are active. And you can see we only have two here. So let's go ahead and clear that out. Now you can also tell the program other filters, like for example, I want to see all cases that have been closed. So hit the refresh button based off of that filter, and the program shows all cases that have been closed. And there it found one specific case for us. So if I want to change those conditions from that filter, then I've got to go back to the active, hit the refresh, and off of the races it goes. And it's going to show you all the cases that are active. Now you can also tell the program to show cases that who people are assigned to. So let's see if Rosie Bixel has any cases assigned to her. And hit the refresh button after I've done that, and it comes back and there's nothing there. We can also tell the program, let's look for cases assigned to me. And let's come back with all cases relative to Roy Miller. And here we come back with those cases right here. You can also tell the program not to use this filter, and let's clear things out. But we can also tell the program to sort by case types. So we can put down aggravated murder. I think we got one of those in the case here, and hit the refresh button. And it's going to show us every case in the system that's aggravated murder. Okay, so here we have our three cases. Now we can get even fancier with our filters here. We can leave aggravated murder as a case, but now I also only want to focus on cases that are assigned to Smith, Jones, and Rumpel down here, if you see that. So I'm going to type in, I'm going to choose Rumpel, or at least portions of it, and hit the refresh button. So the program's going to come back and show us all active cases that are signed to by a client with something in the name Rum in it, and that are aggravated murder. And here's that capacity right here. It shows you that case. So now that we've done that, let's go over and work a case, and let's show you how you can take your time slips or in the time slip screen and do the same thing. Now, right now, the program is only looking at at time slips under V-State v. Smith that are ready to be billed. I can change that filter to say I want to show me all time slips that have been billed, and hit the refresh button, and the program's going to come back and show you that information. We can also once we got here, I do want to point out that it's showing you this specific time slip has been invoiced. So we can also tell the program that we want to look at all time slips as opposed to those that were just okay, ready to bill. And here those are at this particular juncture too. Okay. All right. So there are other items that you can do with this. Like, for example, you can say to the program, I want all time slips, and I want only time slips that Rosie Bixel's been dealing with. And then we can do a refresh. So once again, it's accumulating that information. It's saying it's all time slips and specifically Rosie Bixel, and here it is. We can also tell the program that we want to do an activity type. For maybe example, we want to take a look at everything that was all time slips by Rosie Bixel that was an interview, and hit the refresh button. Then it's going to come back and show us only that information that's associated with Rosie Bixel. Of course, there's only one because we had that before. So let's change this and say to not used by who, but we want to see all interviews. Let's try a refresh on that and see what the program gives us. And it's come back with a lot more information, as you can see. Okay, so what I want to show you is a fuzzy search concept. So we're going to leave all time slips, and we're going to say we're not going to use the filters for activity type. But let's say that I am looking for a specific word that's somewhere in this database that fall on that either billed or not billed, but I'm looking for a specific word, like maybe the word moan. Let's see what we get with that. So we do a refresh of this fuzzy detail, and what it's doing, it is swinging through all the notes and is finding that specific word that matched this filter up here. So what this allows you to do as you are trying to search for things later on, if you have pieces of information, you can plug it in. The program's actually going to show you that specific data. This is a manner of which you can do filters, and these filters are actually applicable through all other screens.